So today we will discuss about the importance of valence bond theory. We have already discussed what is the meaning of what are the different postulates of valence bond theory. Okay, so we'll see what is the importance of valence bond theory. So valence bond theory introduced five new concepts. Okay, it has introduced five new concepts. And what are these five new concepts? Okay, that we right here. Okay, so five new concepts in the chemical bonding. In that category, very first one is a delocalization of electron. Okay, delocalization of electron, and this delocalization of electron over two nuclei. Okay, over this two nuclei, we have seen how the delocalization of the electron delocalization takes place between these two different nuclei. Okay, second one is about the shielding effect. Okay, we can say it is the reduction in the effective nuclear charge. Okay, due to reduction in effective nuclear charge, it gives rise to a shielding effect of, that is called as a shielding effect. Okay, that is called as a shielding effect of electron. Okay, shielding effect of electron, it is due to reduction in effective nuclear charge. Okay, and maybe due to attraction between the electron and nucleus. Okay, so this is the shielding effect of electron. We are going to study, okay, the detail about this. Okay, further, shielding effect of electron. Third one is about the covalent character of the bond. Okay, third one is about the covalent. Okay, because this valence bond theory tells about the covalent characteristics. Oh, okay, character covalent character of the bond. Okay, this one is the third one. Okay, third concept, third new concept. And the fourth one is about the partial ionic character of the covalent bond. Okay, partial ionic character of a covalent bond. How this partial ionic character of a covalent bond. Okay, so through this covalent bond theory, this new concept has been introduced. And last one is about the concept about the resonance and, okay, the concept of resonance. Okay, the concept of resonance and connection between resonance energy and molecular stability. Okay, and the connection between resonance energy. Okay, so what is that all we are going to study in detail. Okay, resonance energy and the stability, resonance energy and molecular stability. Okay, so these five new concepts we have has been introduced by studying the valence bond theory. Okay, so this is the importance of the valence bond theory. About first is about delocalization of electron over the two nuclei. Second one is about the shielding effect of electron. It is due to the reduction in effective nuclear charge. Third one is about the covalent character of the bond. We have studied. Okay, we have understood. Then partial ionic character of the covalent bond. Okay, and last one is about the resonance and the connection between the resonance energy and molecular stability. So these five new concepts has been introduced by studying valence bond theory. But this valence bond theory is also having some of the limitations. Okay, so what are that limitations? We will focus over that limitations. Okay, so let us discuss about what are the limitations of valence bond theory. Valence bond theory limitations. Okay, so more detail about these concepts. Okay, new concept we will be studying. Okay, further class. So now we will see what are the limitations of valence bond theory. Limitations. Okay, limitations of valence bond theory. Valence bond theory. We have studied how the valence bond theory, there is a overlapping of the half filled orbitals of each atom. Okay, that takes place. So the valence bond theory explains only formation of covalent bond. So this is very important, that this valence bond theory tells us about the formation of about the covalent bond. Covalent bond कैसे form होता है, that it tells. Okay, in which a shared pair of the electron comes from two bonding atom. Okay, so this tells us about this valence bond theory. Okay, this valence bond theory, this tells about the formation of covalent bond. Okay, it tells about how the formation of covalent bond takes place. Okay, formation of covalent bond, how it takes place. Okay, in which the shared pair of the electron comes from two bonding atom. Okay, we have seen how there the sharing of the pair of the electrons in between the two different atoms. Okay, while formation of the covalent bond. So, however, it offers no explanation for the formation of a coordinate covalent bond in which both the electrons are contributed by one of the bonded atoms. So, this theory, valence bond theory, it does not explain, okay, no explanation for the formation of coordinate covalent bond. How these coordinate covalent bond, okay, coordinate covalent bond that will be formed, okay, in which both electrons are contributed. Okay, so we have seen how these both electrons are contributed in contributed in formation of the covalent bond. Two different atoms, okay, X and Y. So these they share their respective electrons for the formation of the covalent bond. Okay, one bond is formed between them. Okay, with the minimum repulsion force. So this covalent bond in which both the electrons are contributed by one of the bonded atom, one of the bonded atom. Okay, one of the bonded atom. So this is first limitation. Second is about the oxygen molecule is expected to be a diamagnetic. Okay, if we talk about oxygen, okay, atomic number is 6. Okay, so oxygen molecule. Okay, if we talk about oxygen molecule, it is expected that it is expected that it should have a diamagnetic nature. Okay, it should have diamagnetic nature. Okay, diamagnetic nature and paramagnetic nature. We have already studied this. Okay, why the diamagnetic nature is due to the completely paired electrons, and paramagnetic is it is due to the unpaired electrons. So oxygen molecule is expected to be diamagnetic according to this theory. The two atoms in oxygen molecule should have completely filled electronic shell which gives no unpaired electron, okay, to the molecule, making it diamagnetic. However, experimentally the molecule is found to be a paramagnetic. Okay, so this is expected that it should be a diamagnetic, but actually it is a paramagnetic. It is showing a paramagnetic nature. Okay, it is showing a paramagnetic having two unpaired electron, because due to unpaired electron it shows a paramagnetic nature. Okay, due to unpaired electron it shows a paramagnetic nature. So that's the reason this theory fails to explain a paramagnetism of oxygen molecule. Okay, paramagnetism of oxygen molecule. Third, okay, there are various limitations. Okay, so valence bond theory does not explain the bonding in electron deficient molecule. Okay, so this valence bond theory, so this VBT, that is valence bond theory, it does not explain does not explain this does not explain the in bonding in electron deficient molecule, bonding in electron deficient molecule. Okay, so molecules, there are certain molecules which are found in which there is no any octet is complete, उनका octet complete नहीं होता है. Okay, their octet is not complete, but still they are they exist, okay, as a molecule. So this is about the valence bond theory, that this does not explain bonding in electron deficient molecule. So these are few listed limitations. Okay, limitations of valence bond. Okay, there may be many more limitations of valence bond theory. So valence bond theory, it does not explain the bonding in electron deficient molecules. Like the example is B2H6. Okay, so if we talk about this B2H6, this B2, okay, this boron is not completing its octet. Okay, so in which the central atom possesses less number of electron. This boron, it possesses less number of electron. Okay, less number of electron than required for an octet of electron. Okay, so in this way, these are few listed the limitations of a valence bond theory. Limitations of valence bond theory. Okay, so this is about the valence bond theory. Okay. Now we'll focus on the another theory that is called as the molecular orbital theory. Okay, but before proceeding this, we'll take one problem. Problem number 5.4. Okay, explain the formation of BeCl2. Okay, explain the formation of BeCl2. Okay, as per hybridization. Okay, so we'll see this problem number 5.4. Problem number 5.4. Problem number 5.4. So look at the problem 5.4. Explain the formation of BeCl2. Okay, we have to BeCl2. So definitely there will the central atom will be beryllium. Okay, BeCl2. So electronic configuration, if we check, okay, if we check the electronic configuration of the beryllium, okay, so in a ground state, right, first in ground state, its electronic configuration, it is having four electrons. Okay, so one two electrons are present in 1s orbital, and remaining two electrons are present in 2s orbital. This is about the beryllium atom, which is having four total electrons, okay, in its ground state. Now excited state. Okay, in excited state, what will happen in excited state? So in excited state, one of the electron from 1s orbital, okay, this is 1s, sorry, 2s orbital. Okay, one of the electron from its 2s orbital. Okay, so it will jump into the next energy level, and that next energy level is a 2px, suppose. Okay, so this is 2p orbital in which this will jump like this. Okay, and uh, the one of the electron will get jump into the another next orbit. Okay, next orbital, next energy level in this excited state. And if you will observe this, okay, if you will observe this, what it is forming? So it is forming a sp hybridization. It is forming a sp hybridization in which one s and one p orbital get recast. Okay, so sp hybridization, it is forming sp hybridization. It is forming a sp hybridization in which this is one s orbital, and this is the sp hybrid orbital. Okay, this is sp hybrid orbital. आप देख सकते हो. Okay, one half filled s and one p orbital, and these are, okay, empty. These two are empty pure p orbitals. These are empty pure p orbitals. Okay, pure p orbitals, and these are sp hybrid orbitals. Okay, this is sp hybrid orbital. Hybrid orbitals. So we can, so from this we can see, we can conclude that this beryllium is forming which hybridization? sp hybridization. Okay, from this. Okay, so for that, for any problem, for any molecule, we will have to draw which one is the central atom we have to identify, and that central atom we have to write its a ground state and excited state electronic configuration, and based on that we have to check which kind of hybridization it is forming. Okay, so it is very easy to understand. Okay, based on its electronic configuration only we can decide how which hybridization it is forming. Okay, so this beryllium is forming sp hybrid orbitals in this way. Okay, by sharing one s orbital and one p orbital. So the formation of BeCl2 molecule, if we talk, okay, this molecule has one beryllium atom. आप देख सकते हो, this molecule is having one beryllium atom, and this beryllium atom will be attached with two chlorine atom. Okay, so two chlorine atom, and we know that in case of chlorine atom, okay, so chlorine is having 2p, is a 2p orbitals. Okay, 2p orbitals here. So this molecule has one B atom and two chlorine atom. Electronic configuration of beryllium is 1s2, 2s2 and 2pz0. So the 2s and 2pz orbitals undergo sp hybridization to form two sp hybrid orbitals oriented at 180 degree with each other. Okay, so 2pz orbitals of two chlorine atom. Okay, so 2pz orbitals of these two chlorine atom overlap with sp hybrid orbitals. Okay, so in this way, suppose this is x, this is suppose y, and this is z axis. Okay, so there will be merge like this, x, y axis and z axis. Okay, so this is a z axis. Okay, z axis, and it will form a linear beryllium sp hybrid orbitals like this. Okay, so we know that one it is forming a smaller lobe and one it is forming a yes, one will be smaller and one will be larger, but as it is forming sp hybrid. Okay, sp hybrid, sp hybrid, so this one is the sp hybrid. So if you check the angle between them, okay, the angle between them, between this sp hybrid, we have already written the angle in case of sp3 hybrid orbital is 109 degrees. In case of sp2 it is 120 degree, and in case of sp hybridization it is 180 degrees. Okay, angle between them. Okay, so in this, the linear beryllium sp hybrid orbitals, the angle, okay, angle between them is 180 degree. Okay, angle between them is 180 degree. And now what will happen? Okay, now what will happen? One chlorine atom will be attached here. Okay, one chlorine atom will be attached here. Okay, in this way, one chlorine atom will be attached at this side, and in this way, one chlorine atom, okay, one chlorine atom will be attached at this side, forming a sigma bond, forming a sigma bond, forming a sigma bond, and this is a beryllium. Okay, sp hybridization. Okay, so this pz orbitals of this chlorine atom, okay, this is chlorine atom, this is a chlorine atom, pz orbitals of this chlorine atom, okay, will form a sigma bond with the beryllium. So this is about the formation of BeCl2 molecule. Okay, beryllium, okay, and this one is the one chlorine atom and this one is the one chlorine atom. So BeCl2, BeCl2 molecules, in this way it will be formed. Okay, so this is about the formation of BeCl2 molecules in which it is having sp hybridization. Sp hybridization. Okay, so in which it is having angle of 180 degree. Bond angle is 180 degree. So this is about the this problem number 5.4. Now we'll see what is the meaning of molecular orbital theory. Okay, we have seen valence bond theory. Now we'll move towards next theory, that is called as a molecular orbital theory. Okay, sometimes it is also referred as, okay, MO, molecular orbital theory, MOT. Molecular orbital theory. So the next theory is molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital, molecular orbital theory. So in the chemical bonding, with lots of theories are present. Okay. So molecular orbital theory. So you are familiar with the valence bond theory, which describes the formation of about the covalent bond. Okay, how the formation of covalent bond takes place in valence bond theory. It is by overlapping of half filled orbitals. Okay, we have written these postulates of this valence bond theory. Okay, so in which very first one is what, overlapping of the half filled atomic orbital takes place. So this theory is successful to give satisfactory electronic description for large number of molecules. Okay, so valence bond theory gives satisfactory electronic description for large number of molecules, but in some cases it gives to incorrect electronic description. Okay, it will not give proper because it will give incorrect description. Just we have seen that are the limitations of this valence bond theory. We have seen. Okay, there is no any information of octet. Okay, like in the molecules of B2H6. Okay, so we have seen all the limitations. So in some cases it gives to incorrect electronic description. Therefore, another bonding description called as a molecular orbital theory. Okay, it is also called as molecular orbital theory. Okay, हम OTB बोलते हैं इसको. Okay, molecular orbital theory has been introduced, and now what is this molecular orbital theory? Okay, it has been found that molecular orbital theory gives more accurate description of electronic structure of a molecule. So this molecular orbital theory, this will give more accurate, okay, more accurate description. This will give more accurate more accurate description, more accurate description of electronic electronic structure of molecule. Okay, electronic structure of a molecule. So this will give more clear idea about electronic structure of a molecule. This molecular orbital theory. So what actually this molecular orbital theory is talking about? So the concept of an orbital is introduced by a quantum mechanics. Okay, so we have already seen some part of some quantum mechanics. Okay, in which we have already studied about the wave function. Okay, so the quantum mechanical wave equation is differential equation and its solution is called as a wave function. We have already studied about this wave function. Okay, wave function. So wave function, the square of a wave function gives a measure of probability of finding and wave function. We have already written this with the psi square. Okay, so this psi square gives what? The probability of finding an electron. Okay, we have written this psi square. What is this? This gives us the probability of finding electron. Okay, probability of finding electron. Okay, so probability of finding this psi square, this will give wave function. Okay, wave function, because psi is what called as a wave function, and this will give the probability of finding an electron within a certain region of a space of atom. Okay, within a certain region, okay, region, okay, of atom का जो कुछ certain region होगा उसमें psi square this function, okay, this will give the probability of finding the electron, okay, in the region near about that atom. Okay, so it is nothing but atomic orbital. Okay, so it is nothing but an atomic orbital, so that region is nothing but atomic orbital. So molecular orbital theory does not concentrate on individual atom. So molecular orbital theory, does not concentrate it does not concentrate on individual atom. Okay, on individual atom. Okay, individual atom के ऊपर ये concentrate नहीं करता है. Okay, molecular orbital theory, it does not concentrate, does not it focus over individual atom. जैसे हम लोगों ने देखा in case of valence bond theory, the individual, there was a focus on individual atom, how the sharing and pairing of the electron is taking place, okay, between the different atoms, and how the formation of covalent bond, okay, takes place as per the valence bond theory. But here in case of molecular orbital theory, it does not concentrate over a individual atom. Individual atom के ऊपर ये concentrate नहीं करता. Then what it does? It considers the molecule as a whole. Okay, that's why the name is given molecular orbital theory. Okay, so it concentrates. Okay, it considers it considers the molecule as a whole. Okay, it considers a molecule as a whole. Molecule के ऊपर ये concentrate करता है. Molecule as a whole. Okay, molecule के ऊपर concentrate करता है. Okay, molecule as a whole rather than an atom for a bonding. So according to a molecular orbital that is MOT theory, is the property of a molecule. Okay, so as per this molecular orbital theory, it is a property of a molecule similar to what an atomic orbital is to an atom. Okay, so orbital theory जिसे हम लोगों ने देखा है atomic orbital. Okay, so it refers to atom. So in the same way, molecular orbital theory will refer to a molecule. It will concentrate over molecule. It will not concentrate over individual atoms. So hence, molecular orbital can be depicted through a square of wave functions. Okay, so it is depicted as a square of a wave function. So I have written already. This is a symbol psi square. Okay, so it hence, molecular orbital can be depicted through a square of wave function that gives a probability of finding an electron within a certain region of space in a molecule. Okay, so it focuses over this wave function. Okay, and this wave function, okay, the molecular orbital can be depicted through a square of wave function. It is depicted by this psi square molecular orbital theory. And what is this psi square? This is called as a wave function. And what is this wave function? This gives us the probability of finding the electron in a certain region. Okay, in a certain region, a nearby atom. So like atomic orbital, molecular orbital have energy levels. Okay, जैसे हम लोग atomic orbitals में बोला था, it is having particular energy level. In the same way, molecular orbital have energy level. Okay, molecular orbital have some energy levels. Okay, some energy levels are present. Okay, how that energy levels are present, that we will see. Energy levels and definite shape, and it has some definite shape. It has some definite shape that we will see how it is having definite shape and a particular energy level. So they also contain maximum two electrons with opposite spin. So this molecular orbital theory, the orbital, these are having maximum two electrons in it. Maximum two electrons are present. Okay, and maximum two electrons. How these electrons will be present? With opposite spin. This is very important. With the opposite spin, they will be present. So this is general introduction about the molecular orbital theory. So it focus molecular orbital theory. It is focusing on what? It is focusing on wave function. Okay, it is giving more accurate description about the electronic structure of a molecule, and it is depicted by psi square. What is this psi square? Is a wave function. And what is this wave function? This gives us the probability of finding the electron in a particular region nearby the atom. Okay, so and it does not concentrate on individual atom. Okay, and it considers a molecule as a whole. Okay, and it is also having this molecular orbital, it is also having particular energy level with definite shape, and it is also having maximum two number of electrons, and these two number of electrons will have opposite spin. Okay, opposite spins, one is suppose plus 1 by 2, so another will be minus 1 by 2. In this way, it will have a opposite spin. So this is general information about, general introduction about the molecular orbital theory. What is the meaning of molecular orbital theory and what it focuses on? Okay, now we'll see formation of molecular orbitals. How the formation of a molecular orbital is taking place. Okay, कैसे होते हैं ये? Okay, orbital theory. How the formation of this molecular orbital, okay, takes place. We'll see. Yes. So now we'll focus on the next parameter, that is formation of molecular orbital. How formation of this molecular orbital takes place. Okay, formation of molecular orbital. Formation of molecular orbital. Molecular orbital. Okay, how the formation of, because we have seen just introduction about the molecular orbital theory. Okay, how formation of the molecular orbital takes place. So according to molecular orbital theory, the formation of molecular orbitals from atomic orbitals is expressed in terms of linear combination of atomic orbitals. Okay, so how it is represented as? It is represented as a linear, okay, linear, linear linear combination of atomic orbital, linear combination of atomic orbital, linear combination of atomic orbital represented by linear combination of atomic orbitals, LCAO. Okay, LCAO. So formation of molecular orbital, okay, can be understood by considering the interference of electron. Okay, because we have already seen it is molecular orbital theory. It depicts, okay, depicts about wave function. It depicts about the wave function. So this interference of electron, okay, formation of molecular orbital can be understood by considering the interference. Okay, it can be understood by considering the interference of electron wave. Okay, interference of electron wave. Interference, you know what is the meaning of interference of electron wave? Okay, they will get merged. Interference of electron wave of combining atom. Okay, what are the different combining atom? Okay, what are the combining atom? So their wave function, their electron wave will get interfere. Okay, so interfere. So interference of electron wave of combining atom will take place. Okay, so interference of electron wave can be constructive or destructive. Okay, so this interference, it may be either constructive, ये constructive हो सकता है, या फिर ये कैसे हो सकता है, destructive हो सकता है. So this interference of this electron wave, it may be of constructive type, it may be of the destructive type. Okay, so that is wave can reinforce each other or cancel each other. Okay, constructive means what? It can reinforce. Okay, it can reinforce or it can cancel each other. Okay, destructive means what? It can cancel each other. ये दोनों भी waves. ओके, ये दोनों भी वेव क्या हो सकते हैं आफ्टर इंटरफेरेंस? दिस मे गेट कंस्ट्रक्टिव नेचर, दिस मे बी ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्टिव काइंड ऑफ नेचर, मींस दे विल गेट रीइंफोर्स्ड. इफ दे आर ऑफ डिस्ट्रक्टिव नेचर, दोनों भी अगर वेव फंक्शन से इलेक्ट्रॉन के अगर डिस्ट्रक्टिव नेचर है तो वो दोनों भी क्या करेंगे, एक में के वेव फंक्शन को कैंसिल कर देंगे. ओके, सो दे विल cancel their wave function. Okay, they will cancel their wave function. Okay, so we can say that two atomic orbitals combine in two ways to form molecular orbital. Okay, so molecular orbitals, these are forming definitely by two atomic orbitals. So when these two atomic orbital, when they get combined, when two atomic orbitals, okay, when these two atomic orbitals combine, when these two atomic orbitals get combined, okay, in two ways to form molecular orbital. Okay, what they will form? They will form a molecular orbital. They will form a molecular orbital. Okay, they will form molecular orbital. So when two atomic orbitals, when they get combined, they will form a molecular orbital. They will form a molecular orbital. Okay, so they combine in two ways. Okay, they combine in two ways. There are two ways of combination. Okay, by two ways it can combine. Okay, by two ways it can combine. So very first is by addition of their wave function. Okay, so what are the different ways of combination of atomic orbital to form molecular orbital? The very first is by addition of their wave function. Okay, by addition of their wave function. How? By addition of their wave function. Okay, by addition of their wave functions. Okay, जो दो wave function है ये add हो जाएंगे. Okay, so because we have already written that it may be either constructive or it may be either destructive. Interference may be constructive or it may be destructive. If in case of constructive, it will get reinforced. Okay, दोनों भी built up हो जाएंगे wave function, और otherwise दोनों भी क्या कर लेंगे, एक में को cancel कर लेंगे. In this way, Okay, the combination may be of two ways by addition of their wave function. Okay, and second one is by subtraction of their wave function. Okay, by subtraction of their wave function. By subtraction of their wave function. Subtraction of their wave function. Subtraction of their wave function. So in this way, the formation of molecular orbital, okay, it is having a linear combination of atomic orbital, and it is due to interference of electron wave of combining atom. Combining atom के जो interference जो wave है, electrons wave है, that will get interfer, and due to which may be of constructive nature or it may be of destructive nature. And if it is constructive nature, they will reinforce, और if it is destructive nature, they will get cancel each other. दोनों भी wave function है different atoms के, electron wave function वो क्या कर लेंगे, cancel कर देंगे दोनों को. Okay, so we know that these molecular orbitals, these are formed, okay, by combining of different atomic orbitals. So there are two ways of combination. Okay, in very first one, by the addition of their wave function. Okay, their wave function will be added. Okay, or there may be the chance that their wave function may get subtract from each other. Okay, एक में से क्या हो जाएंगे, subtract हो जाएंगे. Okay, so we'll see how by addition. So addition of the atomic orbitals wave function result in formation of molecular orbital. Okay, so we'll write here. Okay, there are two waves we have already written. There are two waves. So by addition of atomic orbital wave function result in formation of molecular orbital. Okay, molecular जो orbital जो form होगा by this, by addition of their wave function, the molecular orbital which is lower in energy than atomic orbital. Okay, so now in this case, okay, in very first case by addition of their wave function से जो molecular orbital जो form होने वाला है, this molecular orbital will possess energy less than their atomic orbitals. Okay, so this you have to understand. When addition of their wave function takes place, the molecular orbital which is formed with less energy as compared with their atomic orbitals. Okay, in addition. Okay, and it will be reverse. Okay, it will be the opposite case in case of a subtraction. Okay, so what is that? Addition of atomic orbitals wave function result in a formation of. Okay, so this, what is the result of this? Okay, this results in formation of this molecular orbital. Okay, molecular orbital with low, which is lower in energy than atomic orbital. So these molecular orbitals which is formed, which will be lower in energy than atomic orbital, than atomic orbital. Okay, atomic orbital. So this is the result of addition. Okay, because we have seen there are two ways of combination. By addition of their wave function, the molecular orbital which is formed with lower energy, with lower in their energy as compared with the atomic orbital. Okay, and then atomic orbital, and it is termed as a bonding molecular orbital, and it is termed as a bonding atomic orbital. Okay, and it is termed as a bonding atomic orbital. Okay, so we'll write here bonding atomic orbital. So bonding atomic orbital, BAO. Okay, so bonding, yes, molecular orbital, not atomic. It is molecular orbital, bonding, because molecular orbital will form. So yes, bonding molecular orbital. Okay, so by addition of their wave function, the molecular orbital which is formed, the name is given as a bonding molecular orbital, and this orbital will be having lower in energy as compared with the atomic orbitals. So these two atomic orbitals, when they get combined, this will possess higher energy as compared with the molecular orbital. Okay, and in case of subtraction, okay, so this is the very first case. Okay, so in case of subtraction, okay, so subtraction of the atomic orbital result in formation of a molecular orbital with the higher in energy. Okay, so the molecular orbital which is formed, okay, molecular orbital which is formed by subtraction of their wave function, this will form with the higher energy. Okay, higher in energy, these molecular orbital will possess higher in energy. Okay, this will possess high energy. Okay, in energy than atomic orbital. Okay, than atomic orbital, than atomic orbital, than atomic orbital से ज़्यादा ये energy possess करेगा. Okay, which is in higher energy than atomic orbital, and it is termed as anti-bonding molecular orbital, and it is termed as anti-bonding, anti-bonding molecular orbital, and it is termed as anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, anti-bonding molecular orbital, ABMO. Okay, it is termed as a anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, AMO, 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 anti-bonding molecular orbital. So we have seen how these two atomic orbital, when they get combined, they form a molecular orbital. So the two ways, by addition of their wave function. Okay, by addition of their wave function, molecular orbital will be formed, and this molecular orbital will be formed, which is of lower in energy than the atomic orbital, and this it is termed as a bonding molecular orbital, BMO. Okay, by subtraction of their wave function, it will form molecular orbital with higher in energy, ज़्यादा energy हो रहेगी इसमें. Okay, than its atomic orbital, than its atomic orbital. Okay, due to subtraction, and this it is termed as anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, which is represented as a AMO. Okay, which is represented as a AMO. So in bonding molecular orbital. Okay, so in bonding molecular orbital, now we'll see what is bonding molecular orbital. Okay, and what is happening in case of bonding molecular orbital. Okay, yes. Now, in case of bonding molecular orbital, BMO, okay, in case of bonding molecular orbital, because this is formed by addition of orbitals, okay, atomic orbital. So, in bonding molecular orbital, the large electron density is observed. So, in bonding molecular orbital, because यहाँ पे addition हो रहा है wave function का, that's why in this case a large electron density, okay, large electron density is observed. Large electron density is observed. Okay, is observed due to addition of this, due to addition of their wave function. Large electron density is observed between the nuclei of bonding atom. Okay, between nuclei of bonding atom, जो bonding atom है. Okay, bonding atom. So we will observe a large electron density. Now, why this large electron density which will be observed in bonding molecular orbital? Due to addition of their wave function, and we have already know that what is the wave function. This is giving a probability of finding an electron. Okay, so probability of finding an electron, it is giving means what its density has increased due to the addition of their wave function, and it is large electron density is observed between nuclei of these bonding atoms. Okay, so than the individual atomic orbitals. On the other hand, in antibonding orbital, okay, in antibonding molecular orbital, in AMO. Now, what actually happens in case of AMO? There is subtraction of two wave function takes place. Okay, as there is a subtraction of two wave function takes place. Okay, in case of as there is a subtraction of wave function takes place. Okay, so subtraction of wave function in case of antibonding molecular orbital. So the the electron density is nearly zero. Okay, so what happens here? The electron density which is observed here, okay, electron density which is observed here is nearly zero. Is nearly zero. It is nearly zero. Electron density is observed between the nuclei. Okay, between the nuclei. Okay, nuclei of the bonding atom. So this is about the description of their bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital. So how bonding molecular orbitals are formed? By addition of the wave functions. Okay, addition of their wave functions. So two atomic orbitals, when they get combined, Okay, they form a molecular orbital, and if by addition of the wave function takes place, the electron density which is observed between the nuclei of the bonding atom, it will be of the larger electron density. But in case of by subtraction of their wave function, it is observed that the electron density is nearly zero हो जाएगी, because their wave functions are what? They are cancelling each other. Their wave function, they are cancelling each other. Okay, we have already written this. Okay, so they are cancelling each other, and due to cancelling each other, okay, there is of destructive nature, not reinforced nature, destructive nature के हैं, and due to which their electron density is nearly zero. So placing an electron in bonding orbital leads to formation of a covalent bond. Okay, so by placing by placing an electron in bonding orbital, in bonding orbital, okay, in bonding orbital, so placing an electron in bonding orbital leads to formation of a covalent bond. Okay, this will lead to formation of the covalent bond will be formed. Okay, covalent bond will be formed. Okay, covalent bond will be formed. So while placing electron, okay, so placing electron in bonding orbital, okay, bonding molecular orbital, okay, in case of BMO, BMO लिखता हूं मैं यहाँ पे, बॉन्डिंग मॉलिक्यूलर ऑर्बिटल में अगर हम लोग इलेक्ट्रॉन रखते हैं, ओके, इलेक्ट्रॉन, सो इट विल लीड टू फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड फॉर्म होगा इन वेरी फर्स्ट केस. ओके, so while placing electron, okay, placing electron in anti-bonding orbital, okay, in case of anti-bonding molecular orbital, okay, anti-bonding और molecular orbital में अगर हम लोग रखते हैं, okay, anti-bonding molecular orbital में if we are placing electron, okay, orbital, it makes bond unstable, it will make bond unstable. So how the bond is making unstable? Okay, so bond will be unstable if we are placing an electron in anti-bonding molecular orbital में अगर हम लोग इलेक्ट्रॉन रखते हैं, so this bond which will be formed here, due to this electron density is already zero, उसकी इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी ही जीरो है, इलेक्ट्रॉन जो क्लाउड है, जो वेव फंक्शन है, दे आर कैंसलिंग ईच अदर, and due to which the bond will be unstable. Okay, bond क्या रहेगा? Stable नहीं रहेगा. That will be in case of this bonding molecular orbital. So this is about the um, formation of, we can say, orbital. Okay, molecular orbital in case of bonding molecular orbital, and in case of anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, so we will see with the help of diagram से देखते हैं, diagram से understand करते हैं हम लोग how this bonding molecular orbital and so we know that this psi will give the function that is the wave function. So consider this is the increasing energy. Okay, over this increasing energy which is shown here, this is increasing energy. This is increasing energy. This is psi a. Okay, that is a wave function for a atomic orbital. This is atomic orbital. Because two atomic orbitals, it is forming a molecular orbital. Okay, so this is a one more atomic orbital, and this is with this spin upward. Okay, और जो दूसरा है, yes, this is another atomic orbital. Okay, with the wave function psi b is a wave function, and this is another atomic orbital. This is another atomic orbital. So you can see here, this is one atomic orbital psi a. Okay, because after combination of two atomic orbitals, a molecular orbital will form. Okay, so we have already written this. Okay, we have already studied this, that When two atomic orbitals they combine, they form the molecular orbital. But there are two ways. If the addition of this wave function takes place, it will form bonding molecular orbital, and if the subtraction will take place, it will form anti-bonding molecular orbital. And in case of bonding molecular orbital, what happens? Electron density is larger electron density is observed. In case of anti-bonding molecular orbital, nearly zero electron density is observed. Okay, so we'll see the two cases. Okay, so we'll see these two cases in which it is forming. Okay, so very first case आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे. Yes, molecular orbital will be formed here. Okay, this molecular orbital will be formed here. Okay, this molecular orbital which will be represented by psi star. Okay, and this molecular orbital is, yes, psi A minus psi B. What this represent? Yes, this sigma star. What this sigma star will now represent? Whether it is representing bonding molecular orbital or anti-bonding molecular orbital. So this will be stated by this minus sign. Minus sign will represent that it is forming anti-bonding molecular orbital. It is forming anti-bonding molecular orbital. And the electron density is nearly zero. That's why I have not shown here any electron here. Okay, because they will cancel each other. They will cancel each other. Next, another. Okay, another bonding orbitals which will be formed here. Okay, so yes, this bonding orbitals here, psi will be, sorry, the sigma will be equals to, yes, psi A plus psi B. What is this psi A and psi B are representing? These are representing a wave function for A orbital. Okay, and this is wave function for B orbital. These are having opposite spin, and in this way, due to their addition, a larger electron density is observed like this. Okay, larger electron density will be observed. Okay, so in this way, this diagram explains about how the bonding molecular orbital, okay, bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbitals they are forming. Okay, how bonding molecular orbital, this is increasing energy, this is increasing energy, this is increasing energy, this is increasing energy. So we have already seen that there is a, yes, for addition, for addition case, whenever there is addition of this wave function takes place, the energy of molecular orbital is less. Okay, इसकी एक energy अगर consider करें हम लोग तो that is less. Okay, so for this wave function, the energy possessed by this bonding molecular orbital is less. Okay, because there is an addition of a wave function text. And in case of, okay, in case of the subtraction of this wave function, subtraction of wave function में क्या होता है? Molecular orbital possess higher energy than their combining orbital. That's why it is shown in upward. Okay, that is the reason you cannot show this plus here upward, because we have already stated here that this is in increasing energy order. Increasing energy order में है किसकी energy ज़्यादा है molecular orbital की. So here in case of anti-bonding molecular orbital, so we will write here that this is anti-bonding orbital. Okay, this is anti-bonding, this is anti-bonding orbital, this is anti-bonding orbital, and this anti-bonding orbital which is possess the higher energy. Okay, this possesses a higher energy. Okay, it possesses a higher energy, okay, than that of atomic orbital, than atomic orbital, than atomic orbital से ज़्यादा ये energy possess करेगा. Okay, so this is the anti-bonding orbital. And another one, this one, okay, this one is a bonding orbital, this one is a bonding orbital. Okay, bonding orbital, and this bonding orbital will possess a lower energy than atomic orbital, and it will possess a lower energy than the atomic orbital, than atomic orbital, atomic orbital. So this is the concept of what? Bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital and their respective energy, how their wave functions are added and subtracted. So this is explanation about this diagram. I hope with this we will conclude today's lecture. Okay. So in tomorrow's lecture we'll see how the what is the conditions for combination. Okay, what are the conditions for combination of the atomic orbital?